Welcome to Talking Giants. Eagles 22, Giants 21. I'm your host, Bobby Skinner, here with my co-host, Justin Panic. We're presented by John Boy Media, and the Giants lose a freaking heartbreaker, man. Justin, I texted you after the game that I'm heartbroken, and then you sent me a screenshot of your tweet saying you're heartbroken. So we're bringing similar vibes to this. I'm making a call right now, actually, because this is how we're gonna start the podcast off. Hey, Danny.
How's it going?
You're live. You're live on the podcast. You know what is your pin tweet right now?
What's my my pin tweet is Evan Engram a bust?
Yes. Have a good night, Danny. Evan Engram is a bust. There's so many things we need to talk about. But we have to start with Evan Engram. Justin, we have been begging Garrett to use Engram on the sideline, vertically, in different ways. And you know what? He finally did it. He did it. I love the way Garrett used Engram. And as long as Ingram's on his team, he should still be used that way. But he let us down. The drop pass that turns into an interception. Thankfully, James Bradbury saves us on that. And then a perfect pass to end the game. The game is over. The game has ended. And he drops it. And lets us down. There's no winning with this guy, man. It's always one thing or another. Where this year it's like, you know, when we were arguing for Engram, it's like, oh, it's always the next coaching staff. It's like, the past coaching staffs, it was really the injuries that was the issue. And then it's like Garrett's not using them the right way. Garrett uses them the right way, and he has one drop leads to an interception, one drop leads to the game not being over. I mean, obviously trading him is super on the table, and I don't want to spend 10 minutes on Evan Engram, but it just sucks, man. And that is going to be my memory from this game. Is Evan Engram. There's other bad things we need to talk about. The defense giving up 2 touchdowns at the end. Andrew Thomas. But that is what I will remember from this game.
Now, I'm a young fan, so when I say this, don't get really mad. I don't know if there has been a singular player in Giants history, Bobby, that fans have had so much patience where they recognize the talent, but we have waited this long for something to come to fruition on more than a 4-game basis. I don't know if there's been another player in Giants history that we've waited this long. Because you can hate a player, right, like Curtis Riley. He doesn't have talent. You can hate a player like Al Golgatry. He's a bad football player. Bobby, Evan Engram is hated, and he's been hated this entire season, yet the talent is still there. And I'm done. Usually because the talent is there, we hate guys like Riley because they're not talented. We hate guys like Ogletree, Eric Flowers because they don't have talent. But Engram is a guy that has talent, but I'm done. And it takes a lot for me to say that I'm done with the player if they're talented, but I'm done.
And with the phrase, if it's not one thing, it's another, is Evan Engram, Justin. This season started out, Engram had some bad drops in that Pittsburgh game. And then Chicago, he has a drop where he slips, and then that turns into an interception in the red zone or close to the red zone. And then honestly, we started feeling bad for him. It went from like pissed off to him to like they're having him run these curls. This is not what Evan Engram is built to do. You watch his press conference and he looks depressed. And I honestly was feeling bad about Engram. And then we started arguing for Engram. Like he needs to be used the right way. Which, like I said before, Justin, as bad as this game is, the way Evan Engram was used tonight is the way he needs to be used. And then he does this, man. And like I said, it's just, we're not going to sit here and talk about Evan Engram for 15 minutes, but it literally is just, if it's not one thing, it is another with this dude.
Yeah. You would think that another team outside of Giants land, because I know a lot of Giants fans are saying, well, even if you want to trade him, what would you get? Guarantee you another team outside of Giants land would be willing to give up something more significant than we think. But also, I think, Bobby, people are going to want us to talk about the Judge quote that came out after the game that says Engram did a lot of things to keep us in this game, something along those lines. He didn't throw him under the bus. So in terms of talking about Joe Judge and is this no-nonsense, hard-ass approach going to be lost within the locker room. Joe Judge had an opportunity to throw one of his players under the bus today. And not only did he not do it, but his answer to a anti-Evan Engram question, he spun it into a pro-Evan Engram question. That's going and defending your players. So that's a Joe Judge spin for you.
I always expect my coach to do that, for 99% of the time. The thing is people are just going to get pissed off at that, Like they're going to that is going to get if we continue to lose and there's quotes like that pisses people off. It doesn't bother me at all. It really doesn't. I pulled my hair out last year when it's like, why do you people expect Pat Shurmur to throw guys under the bus?
Yeah.
And people are like, I'm so sick of his non-answers. And that's just that's just how it works. We don't need to go into all that.
Bobby,
this was supposed to be. Sorry, go ahead.
I called this game, heading into this week. It's either we're gonna get the Band-Aid ripped right out, right from us, and we're gonna be right back to reality and literally right back where we are, or it's like go time, or we can do this. And with about 4 minutes left in the fourth quarter, we were feeling go time. It was 21-10. But not only was the Band-Aid ripped out from us, Bobby, but it's almost like we just got heart surgery and our stitches were just ripped out. I mean, I don't know the last time that I felt, and I think it is different when you go to Giants games, watching it on TV, that's an experience within itself, but it is different when you go to Giants games like myself. And Bobby, I don't know if there's been as devastating of a loss as this one. You can maybe argue Carolina 2018 with the big 60-yarder. But we were kind of behind for most of that game too, I think. But I think 2015, where we lost all those games within the final 30 seconds. I mean, this is truly a heartbreaking feeling, and I don't even know where to go forward from here, because now I'm trying to think in my head about trade pieces. We're not going to talk about that now, but I don't even know where to go forward from here. I don't know. And
the reason it's so heartbreaking, Justin, is because this should have been the second most fun episode of Talking Giants history, second to the Daniel Jones debut. This is it was all playing out in my head. We took the 2-score lead on the touchdown to Sterling Shepard, and it's just in my head. It's like we're gonna be having we're fighting for the division. I was ready to do I had all this stuff playing in my head. I was gonna be like, I have been a Wayne Gallman hater for the last 2.5 years. I renounced my Wayne Gallman hate.
Yeah.
And Jones throws the touchdown to Tate. It's like, yes, give guys chances to make plays. Jones does that. The 97-yard drive ends in a touchdown to Sterling Shepard, who is so huge for this football team, and it showed tonight. The 80-yard run where he falls, it's supposed to laugh and have fun about that because they ended up scoring a touchdown on the drive. And that's why it's heartbreaking. It's because if this goes the right way, man, we're gloating 11 days. Literally fighting half a game back out of the division. Could be tied in the division if Dallas loses on Sunday.
Yeah.
And we just crap the bed.
Yeah.
The Giants crap the bed, man. And it's just heartbreaking. You have a 2-touchdown lead.
This team is designed in Dave Gettleman's brain. This team is designed to play with the lead. And I guess you can make an argument for every single NFL team. Well, of course, the object is winning, so you want to be ahead. But with the amount of resources that have gone to this offensive line, continuously, and over again, through multiple drafts, free agent signings, whatever. Saquon Barkley obviously is hurt. All ignoring wide receiver in a way. The investment is being ahead in games, and they did it. That drive that they were putting together towards the end, Wayne Gallman did it. He was breaking tackles. He was breaking arm tackles. And guys were opening up holes, and they were running out of the shotgun. And it was fun. It was you were seeing, okay, this is the plan. When the Giants have a lead late in the game, and when they have a lead in the second half, you were seeing how the plan was shaking out. And then you have a third and medium, third and intermediate. Who do you go to? Former first-round pick. It was a former first-round pick, Evan Engram, up the seam, who won his battle with your first-round quarterback, who played a pretty darn good game. I don't know. I don't want to. Oh, gosh. I don't know how much I want. I don't want to really be defending Jones. I don't want this to be a Defend Jones podcast, even though he deserves it, because I think he had a hell of a game.
Yeah, honestly, we don't even really need to talk about him, Like, I don't feel the need to really talk about Jones after this game.
There's been slander. There has been
By
a
who?
ton of slander. I've seen a ton of slander. I'm done with Jones. Even some other popular Giants people have said, yeah, I know things are bad around Jones. I won't name names. I know things are bad around Jones, but yeah, he still needs to be better. Well, of course he needs to be better. You lost the game. Like, come on. Let's think with their brains here. But my whole point is that you saw the plan against bad football team in Philadelphia, but for 2 weeks in a row, you kind of saw the plan working and coming to fruition. And it's tough to put the game on one guy's shoulders, but it's tough not to for this game and doing that to Evan Engram. It's tough.
I guess I haven't been looking at Twitter, which is probably good for me. I also did mute the words Trevor Lawrence from my timeline, and it actually has made my Twitter experience much better. Yeah, I don't feel the need to defend Jones after this game. I mean, the touchdowns, those are good. The interception was on Engram. Yeah. He made it happen. I mean, think about that play where Thomas gets beat inside. He freaking scrambles, and gets the ball to Gallman. The 80-yard run. Yeah, you could say the fumble at the end, but it's like you have 20 seconds left with 40 yards to go. Yeah. Like, what do you have to better pocket it? Like, what do you like? It's like I just don't feel any need to defend Jones from this game.
Yeah. Daniel Jones this game threw the ball in terms of his air yards. There were actually some plays where we threw it in the intermediate part of the field and guys were getting yards after the catch, which was nice. Sterling Shepard a few times.
Shepard in there, and I think Engram going vertical opened some stuff up,
Right. But within Daniel Jones specifically throwing the ball more than 10 yards down the field in terms of his air yards, he was 5 for 9, but technically, if Engram catches that ball, because there was a drop in there, 6 for 9. So, again, Jones, when he was throwing the ball, and now I have to reduce the numbers down to 10 yards because he was so conservative. He had two passing attempts greater than 20 yards. One of them was the touchdown to Tate. The other one was the drop to Engram. So I had to reduce down my numbers this week. But here's why, Bobby, so even though we're talking again how Garrett wasn't throwing the ball downfield and Jones wasn't throwing the ball downfield, here's why I'm more okay with it. If you look at his time to throw and his time before the release, it was less than 2.5 seconds. That's good.
That's probably the lowest of his career, to be honest.
It is. That's good because, Bobby, if you're gonna be throwing the ball short, and their average completed air yards was 4.4 yards. The intended air yards was 6. That is so, disgustingly low. But again, just eye test of looking at this offense, they moved the ball today. I don't like how married they were to running the ball on first down. I think it put them in terrible situations on second and third down, where, again, Daniel Jones has to make something happen. And there was a lot of punts in this game. But still, they put points on the board, and they did what they had to do. You didn't have a defensive touchdown carrying you through this game. So that's what makes me happy about Jones's performance, that he was, if you're going to throw the ball short, don't hold on to the ball.
Yeah, Jones had a good game. I mean, I just don't feel the need to defend. Like, he played fine today. He played good today. Quote unquote, made it happen on multiple occasions. So yeah. I honestly, I don't even really have any notes on Jones. I mean, he played good today. Yeah. Evan Engram drops that ball, and the national media is talking about how good Daniel Jones was in this game. So that freaking sucks, man. That sucks. On the offense, we need Andrew Thomas, man.
Yeah.
He was my guy in the draft, man. It's 2 sacks today. A couple more that could have been. Matt Parrott, he played 1 series, gave up a sack.
Yeah.
I mean, Thomas, man, and it was the same stuff, man. It was like those inside spins, man, and he just has so much trouble guarding the inside. The O-line report's not going to be out for a few days because the All-22 doesn't come out until Monday night next week, so sorry about that. But I mean, this was probably his worst game.
Yeah. No, it definitely was. I'm willing to bet a significant body part, not just an insignificant body part.
Yeah.
I'm willing to bet a significant body part that it was his worst game.
And there was because the other games it's like, okay, there's the one bad play, like Dallas, the one bad play, Chicago, the one bad play, and then like everything else is good, like not perfect, but like for the most part, like you're okay. If those one plays don't happen, we're not talking bad about Andrew Thomas. But this game was just brutal, man. And then Parrott comes in and gives up a sack, and so like let's slow down with the Parrott stuff. Fleming sucked. A couple of times where if Fleming was playing left tackle, we'd be talking a lot more about him. But because he's on the play side, it gets
swept under the rug,
bit, which is why right tackle is easier than left. It's not just like, oh, it's easier to play. It's easier for your mistakes to be hidden. But Fleming stinks.
Something that I saw from Thomas tonight, Bobby, and actually I had the observation with him in terms of what you've seen from Thomas before tonight and before week 7, is you just saw there were physical, like just adjusting to the game type of mistakes that were being made, whether it's leaning, whether it's inside moves, steps, footwork, whatever. Tonight, what you saw was not just that, but I, for one of the first times, really, really saw mental lapses.
Yes.
Not looking confident, not like I'm going to stick with the move. If there's a guy coming to the outside of me, if there's a guy coming to the inside, I'm going to stick with somebody and I'm just going to make the play that's in front of me that I can make. So it wasn't just losing momentum and losing the battle physically, but it was just not looking confident, not looking smooth. And that's where I would start to get really worried with him.
Yeah, man. I mean, I'm sure his confidence is shot, which I wouldn't blame him for having his confidence shot. I don't know what they do there, man. Like, I've been pretty patient, and I know now this is as raw as we'll get because we're recording 45 minutes after the game without rewatching the game. But I'm almost at like, you know what? Maybe put him at right tackle because this rest of the season is about the future, and he can gain a little confidence over there. And he's thinking more about his technique because he is playing an opposite side for the first time in 2.5 years. I don't know. I don't know what they do. Like I said, I'm raw right now. It stinks.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think we kind of hit everything on the offense, right?
Yeah. Sterling Shepard is important.
Very important,
I don't.
Man.
And it's for the reasons why I talked about all summer, and we kind of talked about it in our preview show too. He's just very important. He's the best route runner on this team. He was targeted a little bit deeper down the field than I thought, at least on one of his catches. He had a third down reception today, which him and Golden Tate had very good third down reception numbers for first downs in 2019. Jones needs him, and he trusts him, and it showed today. The offense just felt different today with him in there. And Wayne Gallman. Is Wayne Gallman running back 1 from here on out, even if Freeman's healthy?
I don't know. I don't know. It's hard for me to think. I mean, he didn't even average 4 yards. We'll do it in the cleanup. Like I said, I was ready to do the Wayne Gallman thing, but at the end of the day, he only averaged 3.4 yards per carry. But he had big plays. I don't want to. I'm very happy with what Wayne Gallman was. I was getting ready to have a Wayne Gallman party. Yeah. But yeah, Shepard on the season has 14 for 18 receptions. So his catch rate right now is, hold on,
very low sample size, but yes,
78%. But I mean, he's probably has. I mean, with 6 catches today, he has 16 catches. I mean, I think he has the same amount of catches as Golden Tate.
That would not surprise me.
I think Tate had 15 catches coming into the game. He had the 1 catch today. It was a touchdown. But I mean, I think he has so yeah, it's a small sample size, but it's not.
I think that's more of a reflection on Golden Tate than Sterling Shepard, Bobby.
Yeah. But anyway, 78% catch rate is good.
Yeah.
All right, you want to do the ad and we'll talk about the defense?
Yeah, let's do the ad. Week 7 of football is upon us, and now it is time to get into the week that is coming up ahead. There is no better place to get in on all of the action than with DraftKings Sportsbook, America's top-rated sportsbook app. To add to the excitement, of Week 7. DraftKings Sportsbook is bringing back their can't-miss offer. If you haven't tried DraftKings Sportsbook yet, head to the App Store now because you don't want to miss this. DraftKings Sportsbook is giving all new users the chance to receive a sign-up bonus of up to $1,000. On top of that great sign-up offer, DraftKings offers great odd boosts every Sunday to help you make it rain. Don't worry, football isn't for you. DraftKings is giving you all basketball fans a 200% profit boost on any basketball market once you sign up, so bet the Knicks to lose like the Giants. DraftKings is safe, reliable, and secure, making it easy for you to deposit and withdraw your money at your convenience. Download the top-rated DraftKings Sportsbook app now and use promo code JOMBOY, JOMBOY, when you sign up and get up to $1,000. That's code JOMBOY to get a sign-up bonus up to $1,000 for a limited time only at DraftKings Sportsbook. Must be 21 years or older, New Jersey only. Bonus compromise of a first deposit bonus and a first bet match, each up to $500. Deposit bonus requires 25 times playthrough. Restrictions apply. See DraftKings.com/sportsbook for details. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Bobby, let's get into the defense.
Yeah, why don't you take it away? I want to hear your thoughts.
Man, here's first off. One of my keys to the game, and I put this in the YouTube video, and I put this on even when we were just talking casually on the podcast. Our injuries, even though they didn't, they're not as bad as the Eagles. I understand that. But our injuries, the guys that we lost, Tay Crowder, Devontae Downs, made a couple good plays tonight, largely looked lost.
Yeah, he sucks.
David Mayo is David Mayo. Adrian Colbert being out, Julian Love is also struggling with an injury. Jabril Peppers is also struggling with some sort of lingering ankle injury, something lower body. But Adrian Colbert being out is now forcing Nate Ebner. And also Xavier McKinney's out. So it's not like, I don't really want to defend Gettleman, but it's not like Nate Ebner was a part of the 2020 Giants' plans for him to be playing. It's not.
They did play in week 2, though.
Maybe fault them for not going out and signing another guy, but Nate Ebner was not a part of the plans, so I'm not really gonna slam my fist on the table. Darnay Holmes being out, I don't know why we saw so much of Ballantyne and Madre. Don't know why we saw so much of them when, you have Lewis and you have Bradbury and Ryan. Were they using Ryan at safety and then they were using another slot corner? It was just all very curious to me. But that is my note number one from this game. And Carson Wentz just carved this defense. He got off to a little bit of a rough start in the third quarter and kind of the second quarter, but the first quarter and the fourth quarter carved this defense, and they were playing zone.
Yeah, man. We felt the injuries tonight. I was actually, if I was going to start it off, I would have started off the same way you did. Not having Holmes forces Logan Ryan to come play corner. That means Love has to play safety, and we can't really do three. When we do three safety looks, it's Nate Ebner on the field, so it's kind of a waste of being out there. You can bring up 2 good plays from Devontae Downs. He sucks. David Mayo should have played every single rep that Devontae Downs did. And then they were putting Downs on the edge, and it's like, why is Marcus Golden not out there? If that's my biggest issue with Graham, and I love Graham, is he is our best pass rusher. It's so clear cut to me that he is our best pass rusher. And I get he's not versatile, but I'd rather just have a good pass rusher out there than Devontae Downs. I would. And Cam Brown, it's cool that he's playing, but it's like he hasn't done anything. Yeah, man. I mean, Wentz, as much as he's nuts and throws these turnovers, he has special talent, man. And that throw to Scott in the end zone, I mean, that he shows it off, making plays.
You want Peppers. I mean, the thing that's frustrating there, Bobby, is that that's a backup running back. Miles Sanders is, he's the next best thing, and that's a backup running back on. Peppers had pretty solid coverage, but just couldn't get his head around, couldn't see the ball, didn't slap the ball out, couldn't make a play on the ball. And Carson Wentz just makes a perfect throw, And Carson Wentz has been he's been one of the most least accurate quarterbacks in the National Football League. And we saw it in the second and third quarter. We saw it. We saw it happening,
Yeah. Bradbury has an interception. I mean, that saves us from 3 points.
That was an amazing play to get your feet in bounds, athletic play, locate the ball in the air.
This is 2 weeks in a row we've seen this soft zone from Graham. I thought it was maybe something there was a lot of different stuff today, but it was this soft zone. It was the soft zone that got the Giants beat for the most part.
They brought pressure. This is the thing with Pat Mahomes. The reason why you want to bring pressure on Carson Wentz is because he's been inaccurate all year. That's why you want to bring pressure on Carson Wentz. Now, Carson Wentz in the first quarter and the fourth quarter played out of his mind today. So when you have a quarterback that's playing out of their mind like that, where they're expanding plays and they're running outside the pocket, and it doesn't matter, if you have 4 guys chasing them, they're going to make an incredible throw, then you don't want to blitz them. So in a way, you kind of feel bad for Graham because he's blitzing, he's being aggressive, he's bringing corners, he's bringing linebackers. Martinez, I think Martinez was coming in on a blitz the play of the touchdown. This is why it's a quarterback-driven league. When you have quarterbacks that can make throws like that, can't beat them.
Yeah. Lewis got burned a couple times. I can't be mad at Ryan Lewis. This guy was in the practice squad the first 3 weeks. You know, I feel like honestly, for the fact that he's not picked on more, I feel like is good. Yeah.
We're
not just totally scared of him, where like we were with Corey Ballantyne, or Grant Haley. Like we're not scared of Ryan Lewis being out there like we have with other corners. So
yeah,
I know he gave up the plays, the penalty. Like this isn't like a defense of Ryan Lewis, but I can't be mad at a guy that was on the practice squad to start the season.
Right. I follow a very good Dolphins page. I was interviewed by them last season. They're called On the Fin Side, and I actually saw a tweet that was quite interesting from them, where I guess he was watching his first Giants game this year, and he said this is why Ryan Lewis was one of the worst defensive backs on the 2019 Miami Dolphins. And I was like, really? Because he's been so surprising for us. So Bobby, you want to be mad at the defense, right? And I guess this could be us maybe just talking after the game. Maybe we're not confident fully what we saw. We have to go back. We have to rewatch. But I look at the names that were back there, and I look at, Marcus Golden wasn't on the field. How many snaps did Cam Brown get? How many snaps did Devontae Downs get? How many snaps did Nate Ebner get? I can't be really mad. I can't when I see the names that were out there.
Yeah, I agree. But when you have a 2-score lead with 5 minutes left, and then they take that up, that's where it's like we couldn't even just keep him out of the end zone the last drive.
Yeah,
I mean, then we get saved on the
face mask.
The face mask, and then immediately they come and score.
That's almost like analytics. I'd be interested to see what numbers say. Is it better to expand the field and have more room to throw rather than being on the 3-yard line? Because you even see with teams like the Giants just how difficult it is for teams like the Giants to score. When Daniel Jones ran for 80 yards and stumbled down to the end zone, it took him 3 attempts to punch it in from inside the 6-yard line.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know what else to say, man. I mean, we struggled in coverage.
Yep.
Seemed like they were attacking between the linebackers. That first drive of the game where the Eagles scored, which is for some reason just the first drive. It's the first drives of the game and then the last drives of the game is when everything in between is great for our defense.
It's kind of like last year. I mean, everything wasn't great in between, but last year that was this team's bugaboo, is getting off to slow starts defensively.
Yeah, I don't know, man. On that drive, Peppers it was a 3rd and 1. They ended up going for 4th down and getting it, I think, or whatever. But on the 3rd and 1, you see Peppers telling Downs come on, go, and Peppers beats him to the stop, and everyone's like, oh, good job, Downs. No, Peppers just beat him. If Peppers is in there, he gets it. And then on the touchdown, you see before the snap, Peppers is telling him hey, and then they get that long play to the 2-yard line, and you see Peppers just kind of lose it on Downs.
Yeah,
I don't know why. Maybe David Mayo's not fully healthy, but I'm not a David Mayo fan, and I was begging for him to be on the field more than old Devontae Downs. Devontae Downs stinks.
Can't blame him. And it's crazy how, and this is why people fault Gettleman, right? This is year 3, and we were relying on Mr. Irrelevant to be such a vital piece of this defense. That's where I hate to get so like big picture and negative on a reaction pod, but when you have Devontae Downs and David Mayo and they can't get the job done at interior linebacker number 2, which Bobby, you talk all the time about how that position in particular is a position that is dwindling in value. And when we're relying on Mr. Irrelevant and Tay Crowder, last pick of the NFL draft, on being so important to this team where it almost feels like everything falls apart without him, and he wasn't setting the world on fire, and this is where the anti-Gettleman people get their, really have their cake.
Yeah. Now, before the game, Albert Breer, Jay Glazer saying Giants are going to be sellers.
It's a shame, that mentality.
Yeah. I mean, especially 11 days before the next game. Do you think there's any chance that some of these guys aren't here?
Man, it really depends on if Mara gives the stamp of approval or not. Obviously, that's no shit Sherlock. I would like them to explore trades for Zeitler. Maybe. I know we talked about this previously, but
I don't want to make this offensive line worse on purpose. I'm sorry.
I know. If
they give
you're
us a haul, someone offers the first, second, okay. We cannot make this offensive line worse on purpose.
Yeah.
Please stop we have to stop begging for a 5th round pick to start right now for a guy and save me that Kevin Zeitler's regress. He's been the most steady offensive lineman on this team.
Yeah. You hopefully can find a partner that is willing to give up something if they really need a guard. That's what you're hoping. I'm willing they possibly explore something with Dalvin Tomlinson, but Dalvin Tomlinson, I think he continues to play out of his mind. So you still have this question of, if you trade away Dalvin and you have another team that could possibly extend him on their own terms, that's still a decision that still needs to be made, whether it's Leonard Williams, Dalvin, both, which is bananas.
Here's the thing, man. I'm so tired of trading away our good players. I get it, but at some point, it's we just got to keep some of our good players, Dalvin is he's the playmaker from the nose tackle spot. Can we keep him, I get we have Leonard Williams and we got to reach, but I just want to keep some of our freaking good players. We're so bad. It's why do we want to, I don't want to move on from the guys who are consistently good.
Yeah.
Dalvin's consistently good, where it's not an up and down thing. And he's young too. It's not it's his 4th year in the league.
Yep.
So I get it's the one position we have a plethora of talent, but I don't want to move on from Dalvin. He's a very good player. Somebody offers a first, a second maybe, but I just don't want to keep moving on from our good players.
Yeah. So Golden Tate, somebody calls, you say yes immediately, right?
Yes. Yep. Tate,
Evan Engram?
Engram, yeah. Golden, yes, even though I love Golden, but it's if we're not going to use him, let somebody else. And honestly, he deserves to play. He deserves to play on a team. I get we're trying to do this versatile thing, but there's got to be a team out there that would like a pass rusher.
Yeah. O'Shane, I mean, if Cam Brown is taking away snaps from Marcus Golden, I mean, what O'Shane Zimenez is going to come back and Golden's going to be back down to 20% again.
Yeah. Yeah. You're exactly right.
Oh man.
Yeah, man. It's frustrating. And I mean, this should be a fun ass episode. This should have been the funnest episode of the year. And now we're talking about trading guys off at the end of it.
Yep. Because that's what this game was. I think my takes were pretty good this week in a lot of the stuff that I said. This was either going to be the game where we're all right, we're in it, we're doing it. We're 2-5, but we're doing it, right? Or it was going to be the comeback to reality moment, which we got a reminder that the Giants are a bad team. And Yeah, they're bad. They are bad.
We just every time we're in Philly, we find a way to lose.
Yeah, 2013.
I mean, think about how exciting. Yeah, 2013 last time we won there. I mean, think about how exciting the Eli return was last year, and we just find a way to lose against this team.
Yeah.
Um,
That's the best thing that we're at. Find a way.
Say it
It's
again.
the best thing. You know how everybody's been saying, find a way.
Yeah.
That's the best thing that we're at, like finding a way to lose.
Yes, that is true. So what do you want to do for next week?
I mean, usually, wouldn't we just stick to our regular business of go back to Mailbag Wednesday, and then game preview for Friday?
Yeah, we'll probably do that. I would like to do it on Tuesday. The thing is the film won't come out till Monday night, so it's like we won't have time to really watch it. So we won't have like some, and that's what sucks about playing on Thursday night. It's like we really don't have much to analyze besides the TV broadcasts.
No. Well, we'll have I guess some stats will come out. We'll try to do our best. We kind of deserve a little time off. Little.
Yeah, I guess so.
We deserve to watch the Steelers-Titans game on Sunday afternoon.
What's the Monday night game this week?
That's a good question.
It's Rams-Bears.
We deserve to watch that game with a clear head because that's hopefully going to be that's going to be a good game. What other nice matchups do we have this weekend? You got a chance to watch the Jets. You have a chance to watch the Jets. That's fun. That'll make you feel better.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
I can't believe there's Jones slander. That I was surprised. Like I said, I did mute. I muted some. I never have muted. I've muted some people, but I've never muted words before, and I really do think that's helped. So I'm gonna go to the beach. I'm gonna fry myself this weekend.
I'm trying to
30. We're at 37 minutes right now. I feel like we have to waste 5 minutes here.
I'm gonna try and find some tweets online. That's what I'm looking at right now.
Oh, so we do read dumb tweets? Yeah, that's
what
honestly
I'm trying.
Night games. Read dumb tweets is a great segment. So let's read some dumb tweets.
A lot of beat reporters. Get these beat reporters off. I kind of read a dumb tweet earlier without saying who it was. But if you're smart enough, you'll know. One of the people that are just negative, one of the people that are negative that say that they're right about most of the things that have gone wrong with the Giants organization, but it's simply because they've predicted everything to go wrong. So good for you.
Yeah, I hate that. I hate that so much. It's like, and it's such an easy thing to do, is because what happens is, say if you're wrong and the team turns around and wins, it's like, hey, I'm happy to be proven wrong, man. I love winning. It's people do make that decision. I mean, we just try. We're always. I don't know.
Oh, Katie Sharp started to get into some Giants stuff. We should contact her and maybe I'll work with her on talking analytics. Entering tonight, Daniel Jones had a 35.1 passer rating when targeting Evan Engram, the worst for any receiver with 20-plus targets this season. And also, Daniel Jones' 80-yard run in the second 80-yard run that he had was the second longest non-touchdown rush play in Giants history. The longest is 91 yards by Hap Moran on November 23rd, 1930 versus the Packers. So thank you, KT Sharp, the queen of Yankees stats.
That was the fastest run since 2018 by a quarterback.
I think it was the fastest run at all this year.
There was a presidential debate. Vote for us. Yeah, did you know that?
License plate. No, I know. I'm saying there was, not as a question.
Oh.
License plate guy left our stickers. We are in Philadelphia. We are somewhere at the link.
And by the way, I went on this Eagles podcast, Birds Banter, not the guy we had on Kyle. I did go on it with him, but freaking clip me saying, ask me for a bold prediction, and then just clip me saying the bold prediction. And I had scumbag Eagles fans in my mentions. I was so pissed off.
You should have said Sterling Shepard. You would have been right.
I know if we would have won, I was gonna go back and reply like, sorry, I was wrong. Sterling Shepard was gonna be the one beating Darius Slay. Oh, the gunner on the punt play, wide open.
Ooh.
Ballantyne. What the hell was that?
You know,
Well,
it's
how
funny?
do you Ballantyne not see anybody in front of him and think to just even look back? Like, just doesn't even look back. I mean, and Dixon literally pointed at, like, I don't know how Philly didn't notice it. It was so, like, that was unbelievable. That was unbelievable.
Was he on the Giants sideline?
No, I don't think so. I don't know.
I thought he was. Because if he was on the Giants sideline, then I'm going to Judge and I'm asking after the game, why wasn't there any? Like, why didn't either he's just deaf, he's so locked in. Corey Ballantyne getting really locked in.
Was that
punt.
that was the second quarter or the first quarter?
I think it was the first.
Well, I can figure it out by reasoning, by looking at clips and seeing which way the camera's facing.
Yeah, I think it was the first quarter. Because Ballantyne was on the.
I think it was second
side.
because we could see him on the opposite side.
Yes, so it was the second quarter.
Sorry, I'm trying to find a clip of where I could see the sideline. I don't know. Who cares? It should have been. It should have happened. It should have happened. I don't think it was on our sideline.
Sad. We have Tom Brady to look forward to.
Oh, I see a Daniel Jones tweet. Daniel Jones played fine, but he's got to learn how to heave a football in the closing seconds. He didn't give us a chance by throwing checkdowns and holding onto the ball that long. He's not Eli, that's for sure. Tom Smith. He follows me. Maybe I hope you're not a listener, Tom.
What do you want him to do? Do you want him to throw an interception? Because then you'll hate him for that too.
He hosts like 3 podcasts. Host of Cape Time with Luke Becker, Smitty and Sellite with Damon Sellite, and Yankee Center with Luke Becker.
Maybe if Will Hernandez doesn't get a holding call, and then within the first 11 seconds where we run 2 plays, we go for -8 yards. You know, just a thought. Just a thought.
Yeah.
11 seconds. We went -8 yards.
I did see somebody saying like Daniel Jones shouldn't have thrown that ball so hard to Evan Engram on the interception.
He put mustard on it. He put a lot of mustard on it.
Well, that's the NFL. I thought his arm was weak.
I think that was the hardest thrown ball of his entire career.
It wasn't that hard. He didn't curl hop. People act like he curl hopped into it.
All right. Do you? I have nothing. I kind of want to skedaddle. I got to be up in 4 hours.
Let me just find one more dumb tweet. That's not political.
What are we gonna do? What are you gonna do on Saturday? What am I gonna do on Saturday?
I'm going to the beach. I'm gonna fry myself. My parents have a camper out there, and my mom's out of town, and my dad's screwed up his back, so it's all mine.
What am I gonna do? Maybe I'll go to a park. I'll go for a walk. Maybe go by some water and just reflect.
Clem tweeted, "I'm starting to think Tom Coughlin wasn't the problem."
Good observation. 5 years later.
Our guy, John, formerly known as Afro Skinner, said, "Geez, that's week 7 and Matt Lombardo's Zoom troubles continue." That's fine.
Oh, nice.
I can't believe they're giving credentials to him still. He's a blogger now. He works for G-Man HQ. Chuck did a better job with that. That page showed up on our timeline and was interesting when Chuck ran it. And we need I'm going to DM Chuck because honestly, I haven't heard from him.
I'm concerned.
He's a Patreon. He's never really in.
Oh boy!
Now I'm doing it in freaking front of everybody on the podcast, and now I feel like I'm doing it for the wrong reasons. Screw it.
You egotistical, selfish human being. You reaching out to somebody on air The last 10 minutes of the show have been a disaster, by the way.
Yeah.
Give us 5-star ratings on the Apple Podcast app if you're enjoying the show. We didn't ask after we won, so we'll ask now.
I'm just saying that, like, Chuck made that page good. Now, he aggravated people sometimes, but he made that page relevant, and I don't see anything from Lombardo anymore. Because he sucks, but...
Wow.
But, like, they don't tweet from that page. They probably just tweet, let's look at the page. See if there's anything besides links.
Nothing. My favorite Matt Lombardo tweet today was coverage sack on the first sack of the game. He just tweeted out coverage sack. So I really wanted to reply, thank you, Matt. But I didn't. I restrained myself. Coverage sack. Just finding a way to be negative about something.
It's literally all links and then retweets of fan-sided posting clips. What a loser.
Chuck made it fun. Chuck
Chuck made that page relevant. That's bullcrap.
Usually I hate when people quote tweet just to quote tweet, but I loved Chuck's page because he just quote tweeted. He interacted with everybody. And he made a conversation with everybody, and that's tough to do.
Yeah. All right. Uh-oh. Snacks quote tweeted somebody. I mean, I guess we openly don't like Alec Wilson anymore, so we could just see if he had any. I'm going to look at it from our account where I don't have him blocked.
All right, we have 2 minutes left.
What did we have time? 46. All right, I'll go through real quick. I'm looking from the Simple Man Radio page.
Snacks is going to be trading Evan Engram for a turkey sandwich.
Oh. Real talk, how was my coverage? Did you guys enjoy everything? The videos and emotion, hopefully better than the Giants. LOL.
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 Who was that?
Alex Wilson.
Oh. LOL.
There's the one word to describe this, so he gets a bunch. It's almost like he gets paid for replies. You know? I don't know.
Yep.
Why are we doing this? We shouldn't be doing this right now. I love you guys. I really do. I appreciate you guys for listening. And I swear to God, if our Patreon chat starts arguing with each other, we'll just get rid of Patreon. I'm serious. Mr. Brownstone is literally Giants royalty, and someone got mad at him for a sarcastic comment.
Oh no! Oh, we can't have this. We have to sort this out. We have to go.
Yeah. No. Everybody love everybody. That is the rule of Patreon. Even if you disagree, we don't fight in the Patreon.
No, I will not be tolerated.
Not be tolerated. All right, let's end this damn episode. All right, we appreciate you guys. We're gonna take a little time off, I guess. I'm gonna rewatch this game right now. I'm gonna do the stupid ass formations and blitz tweet that doesn't matter every week, but I started doing it, so I have to continue to do it. We'll see you guys sometime next week. Let's go, Big Blue.